it's Kathy at Northstar Prepsteader. Well, things have been growing so fast. The last time I filmed, I really just did like batch filming, and I'm trying to edit as I go. I had to be gone for about 5 days, and so I tried to film ahead of time, get all the things done in getting my garden planted. I was just pushing it to get my garden in, and so I got that in, and it's really looking great, but I still want to show you those steps that I took. So be patient, and I'm going to do a garden tour very shortly. It's really looking really good. So anyway, here are the next steps, and I'm trying to put out the videos that I did a little bit more frequently, just because things are growing so fast during the winter. Of course, we don't have a whole lot going on, so I can do 1 or 2 a week, but right now things are changing so quickly, and I really need to get them out, but I've just got so much on my plate. I'm trying to get the editing done. So anyway, here are the peppers and the tomatoes and things that I got in there. So I will try to get all this done and give you a garden tour very quickly. Hey y'all, Kathy at Northstar Prepsteader. Well, normally when I plant a garden, it maybe takes me 1 afternoon. And so far it's taken me about 3 days. Things take so much longer when you're making a video of them as you're going. It's true. So anyway, I am going to finish planting things in my onion bed, which are going to be some carrots. So I actually have 3 different kinds of carrots. They're all from Baker Creek. This yellow one that's French, jaune obtus de bois, du dube. Not sure how to pronounce it. Maybe my friends in Canada can help me with that one. And then I've got a coral carrot. It's a really nice orange one. And then this, I'm really excited about this Kyoto red. So Kyoto, I imagine, it comes from Japan. Yep, a Japanese kintoki, which is a sweet red carrot. It says it has exceptional texture and sweet flavor. The roots, oh my goodness, slender roots grow to 12 to 18 inches. Even though it says not for spring planting, it should be planted in late summer or fall or winter. Obviously here in Minnesota we can't plant in the fall or winter, and I only have, about 95 days here left in my season. So I need to get these going, and we'll just see how they go. Now in my onion bed here, these were my sets that I planted, the little onion bulbs. But I was short and had this little square of things here with nothing in it. Now I could have planted some more bunching onions or green onions, but I've got quite a bit going. So I'm going to use this little area for one of my carrots. So I kind of like to put carrots in different areas of the garden, but so I'm going to put some here. I'm going to run some rows kind of this direction. This is the way I normally open my packets. Just a sweet little corner there, and I can pour it out. And then it's not like dumping out all over the place anyway. The compost, the organic compost and manure combination that I put in here has lots of fibrous bits, like hay and straw chopped up, and even wood chips. They're really small, and all kinds of organic matter in here, which is going to be so great when these seeds are just barely below the surface, and they're going to take so long to germinate. When we get heavy rains, I don't have to worry so much about them being washed away, because all of this matter is going to keep the soil in place. It's not going to wash out. Not that there's a lot of washing out in raised beds anyway, but they still can, if we get heavy rains and the water pools before it can sink down, then seed can kind of move around and get washed into the other seeds. But this is going to really hold them in well, which I'm really excited about for carrots and lettuce and my spinach and the bunching onions, those little seeds. Okay, this bed for my peppers, really needed a lot of work. The soil level was really low. It was depleted. I had tomatoes in this last year and they did not do well. I've already got almost 2 bags of compost and manure put into the mix with the soil. I've turned it over again so that it's got a kind of rough texture to it. I have a barrel of my barnyard dirt that I'm going to add to this, and I'm going to add a couple cups of this to give some more nutrients to the soil, and then I'm going to put another bag of compost in there too. So that should really help the soil. I was going to do leaves, but you know what? They just weren't looking very good, and there's a lot of organic matter in here with the compost, so I think I'm going to be okay at this point. Okay, I feel much better about the level of the soil. You can see how much closer to the top it is. I think we're looking at 2 to 3 inches from the top. That's going to be good. Kind of a little note on depth of your soil in your bed. It's going to be according to what you're going to grow, really. Now in here I'm going to put carrots again, and I want these carrots to be 10 or 12 inches long. I don't want little stubby carrots. Because I have a weed barrier underneath these beds, the carrots are going to stop at a certain point, and I want them to be able to grow as long as they possibly can to get the healthiest carrots that I can. The other thing is that my tomatoes and peppers are so tall right now, and so I'm going to need to bury them deep. And in order to do that, I want some deep soil, as well as have enough depth for the stakes to put them in so that they're sturdy. There's just a lot of really good benefits to having a deep bed. And my beds I built, they're 15 inches tall, so the soil is 13 or 12 to 13 inches at this point. That's wonderful for now. In the future, when I have to end up rebuilding these beds, I may build them higher. I built them 6 years ago, and I know that at about 7 years or so, 7 to 8 years, the wood is going to need to start being replaced. It's not treated wood, it's just regular pine boards. I didn't want treated wood to those chemicals bleeding into my soil and my food. We're supposed to have some storms tonight, so I'd kind of like to have them in. I'm just hoping that they don't damage the peppers at all, that they're not too severe. They are saying thunderstorms, so hopefully no hail or high winds. Okay, here's one tray of my peppers. I mean, look at how tall they are, and they're already blossoming. I'm already getting little peppers on there, and so they are way past needing to be put in the ground. In this bed, I'm going to put bell peppers. So I've got 10 bell pepper plants. I have also a number of other pepper plants. I've got banana pepper and paprika and cayenne pepper and jalapeno and another hot pepper. So I do have a variety of peppers. In the past, I've planted the jalapeno and my bell peppers next to each other. But this winter, you guys just like inspire so much research and so much new knowledge and everything. What I ended up coming across in researching was that they should not be planted right next to each other, especially the hot peppers with a bell pepper. So I do have plans to put them in pots around the fence, and so they'll be at least 10 or 15 feet away from each other. I'm going to do these 10, and I'm going to put some in tomato cages that I'm not going to use on my tomatoes, but I will use them on the peppers. to protect the peppers, I'm going to plant some marigolds, just kind of surrounding them, just to help keep some bugs away, keep the rabbits out of here. It'll look really pretty too, to have some marigolds over here. But apparently, marigold blossoms are good for something. And the last thing in this bed are the 2 carrots. Might be a little snug, but I think we can do it. I'm gonna do 1 row of yellow, 1 row of orange, and then I'm gonna do the 3rd row of all 3 colors. And I'm gonna mix them up. Okay, I'll put a few red ones in here. A few orange ones. And a few yellow ones. And I'm mixing them all up so it will be a surprise when I pull them out of the ground. And this bed is done. All 3 of those beds are all finished. We have beans, peppers and carrots, and then onions and carrots, and the herbs way in the back, and some onions and chard, and then the strawberries, and that one's going to be tomatoes, but I can't do that yet. And then lettuce and basil and cilantro. Wow. Oh yeah, in the middle I've got spinach, and there's onions, green onions or bunching onions. You know, this guy is just so much part of the garden. You're probably wondering why he's sitting here and why I have him. Well, owls are predatory birds, and there are a lot of birds around here that like to get in the garden for everything, that are actually prey to the owls. The worst of which are the swallows that like to dive bomb me. So originally I had them to hang in the back of the house, because I don't know if you see under the eave there is a little vent. Well, the swallows like to build their mud nests right under there, and then they started building them right over my light and at my front door. Well, it's illegal to destroy their nests. I mean, they had their young there, the babies hatched, they taught them how to fly up there, but they pooped all over everything. And it was dangerous to walk outside my door because they would just attack. So then I hung this little guy up near my front door when they had built the nest up there. And I then put one near my back door. Oh, they didn't like that. They stayed so far away, and they would screech and holler for days. But so then my other one got ruined somehow. I had 2 of them. This one has been a perpetual sentry in my garden for a number of years now, and he's really done a pretty good job. I think somebody had a little bit of revenge. There's bird poop on top of him. Right there. It's not paint, right near his ear. But anyway, some of the birds have no fear of it at all. Like robins, they don't give a hoot. Squirrels don't care. The rabbits don't care. Either they're a little smarter or something else is going on, but that they know it's not real. It's not getting up and flying and attacking. But it does help. So if you have problems with swallows or anything else, try getting a, I don't know, it was $5 or something, $7 plastic owl from Walmart. And so I just have them sitting on a pole. So that helps to keep the birds out of the garden. Also, if you have like this little windmill thing, it's not just for cutesy stuff, you know, that can help keep birds out too. They don't like motion. in the areas that they're going into. It freaks them out. I've known people to do like metallic streamers and little flashy things like that too, so that can help. Just anything that can give some motion, make them afraid of something coming at them. It helps to keep them out of your garden. So y'all take care. God bless. Always have hope. And we're not done yet planting, so stay tuned. Bye-bye.